Welcome to Out and About in Cabarrus County. I am County Commissioner Steve Morris, and we are coming to you today from the top level of the brand new parking deck in downtown Concord. This is a project that has been underway for quite some time. This will provide parking for our Cabarrus County Courthouse and all the facilities that surround that, and also a very important part of this project has been the collaboration with the City of Concord. I'm very happy to have with me Bill Dusch, Mayor of Concord, to talk a little bit about what this new parking deck will mean to all of us. And as I mentioned before, the county is getting ready to embark on construction of a new courthouse facility, which our current facility is exceeding its capacity as far as the number of transactions that occur there and the number of offices and people that are employed. And this parking deck is an important first step in preparing for that project as well as meeting our current needs. And this is also going to have an impact on the City of Concord and the downtown business district, and we are so happy to have been able to partner with the City of Concord in the construction of this parking deck. Mayor Dusch, it is a pleasure to have you with us today, and tell us a little bit about how you feel like this is going to impact the City of Concord.
Well, Steve, thank you for having me today. This is a great time for us. Downtown Concord is really continuing to grow, and we are very happy to be a partner with you on this, as we are with many other things now in the county. Going forward, we're seeing more and more housing coming downtown. We have almost 70 apartments now that from two that we had about 5 years ago. We have the View, and we have the Hotel Concord is now that's the View, and we have the Lofts 29. We also have some more coming across the street at one of the old banks that's being renovated. Some along the Greenway, and we're also, the city's looking at some downtown to try to, as we increase the population downtown, we find more variety of what's going to be put into downtown.
Yeah, I think another part of this project that probably a lot of folks are not aware of is that in the planning for this parking deck, we have left a strip of land adjacent to the parking deck vacant, that will allow for future development for some residential properties, condominiums or apartments that would be constructed that actually would be a part of this parking deck. So how important is that residential component to the health and the long-term growth of downtown Concord?
Well, for the downtown, residential is a driver of what brings new things in. It gives us a chance, as more and more people this becomes their home, they really want to see more and more where they don't have to get in their cars and drive somewhere. And we're seeing more and more businesses come in, restaurants are showing their interest, things we don't have now that are going to be allowing us to expand what services we provide.
Do you think that having this readily available parking is going to serve as a catalyst for additional projects downtown, additional restaurants that may want to come in and accommodate these folks that desire to live downtown?
Well, that's one thing we've always heard, is that parking, especially when times of when various businesses are full, it's a hard thing to find. And so now you're going to have over 600 spaces being available here, as we're a part of that, and that'll give us more opportunity. Also, as the new courthouse gets developed, we're able to look at different uses of land downtown, maybe adding more parks, adding more outdoor amenities.
Yeah. Well, I think this is of course, Cabarrus County is interested in the health and development of our entire county and all 5 of our municipalities. By Concord being the county seat, we're especially pleased that we're able to collaborate with the city to cause these positive things to happen. And I think all of the citizens of Cabarrus County that utilize the services that are provided at the courthouse, which certainly the clerk of court's office, which is not just for people that have to go to court. There are a lot of other services that go along with that. So I think this is something that's going to serve all the citizens of Cabarrus County extremely well. We're particularly proud of the design of this parking deck. If you notice, as you and I walked up the stairs just a bit ago, all the glass that surrounds it, how open and airy it is, and also it feels very safe and secure. There are not any dark corners, and we've taken a look at that security option, and certainly as I look across to my left, I can see the Concord Police Department to my left and the Cabarrus County Sheriff's Department to my right. So it's certainly in the right place for people to feel comfortable to come down and conduct their business during the day at the courthouse and use this in the evenings as they visit some of those restaurants you've talked about. And certainly I think this will have a positive impact on the Cabarrus Arts Council and the historic courthouse and the Davis Theater and the things that are provided there. So I look at this as a win-win for all of us.
Well, one thing I see looking over your shoulder is the old Philip Morris plant, and that is the grounds of Concord is being redeveloped as an industrial site, 1,600 acres, and that's going to have such a positive impact. And the county commissioners and the city council are both working together with the developer on making sure that goes in the right direction.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you brought that up, because when we hear from corporations and companies that are looking for new locations or locations to expand, that's one of the things that we hear about a lot, is how important the quality of life is, how their employees come in and make sure that this is a desirable place where they want to live and raise their families, and that we have cultural activities available and restaurants and those kind of things. So I think all the pieces of this puzzle fit together very nicely, and I think it makes a nice statement to anybody that's looking to locate in the county, or certainly in the city of Concord, to see the kind of partnerships that we have with our municipalities and our county government, and we're all working together in the same direction. So I think that's a position that a lot of communities in North Carolina envy a great deal.
Well, as far as that goes, we are really, our relationship with the county, as I've said, but also with Kannapolis, Midland, Mount Pleasant, Harrisburg, we all work together to bring bring everything up in all communities, and we're proud to be part of that.
Yeah. Well, I certainly appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to be with me today, and I hope that I'm going to see you a little while later as we actually officially open this parking deck today. And when this segment airs, we'll see this full of cars. So thank you again. It's been
Absolutely.
a pleasure talking to you.
Thanks, sir.
My second guest today is Johnson Bray, who is the Executive Director of the Concord Downtown Development Corporation. Welcome, Johnson. It's good to have you with me today.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
We are sitting way up in the air on the top of this new parking deck. When I look back over my shoulder, I hardly recognize that we're in Cabarrus County. But yet, when I look over your shoulder, obviously we're in downtown Concord. And so tell us a little bit about your role and what your objectives are with Concord Downtown Development Corporation.
Absolutely. So I started my position in July of this year, and my goal as executive director is to affect change in the downtown area and help manage the municipal service district that surrounds downtown on behalf of the city. We do that by helping recruit and retain businesses in the area, as well as working with developers and property investors to try and drive investment in our downtown building stock.
Yeah, and I have really two questions for you. Of course, Cabarrus County has a very strong presence in downtown Concord, as Concord being our county seat, and we have our governmental center here. We have our courthouse complex, as well as the Justice Center, where the Sheriff's Department is located. So how important is that county presence to downtown Concord?
The county presence is extremely important, not just in the amount of property that the county owns and maintains in the district, but also because of the amount of employees that the county has that come here to work every day. That builds people in our shops and restaurants, and it drives the businesses downtown, and so it's important to have the county here and their presence in downtown Concord.
What kind of impact do you think this parking deck is going to have on the both retail, residential, and restaurant presence here in downtown Concord?
I think this parking deck offers a great opportunity, not just for what's happening right now, but also in the future. 615 parking spaces is a lot, and that provides a lot of room to grow, especially in the evening hours when restaurants and our bars are operating. And as we see people moving downtown, they're going to have visitors, and this is going to offer an awesome opportunity for them to park free of worry in the evenings as well. And I just see tremendous growth potential for this, especially with the possibility of the wrap happening to enhance Barbarick Street and Market Street.
Yeah, well, I think that's one of the beauties of this project. Of the primary uses for this parking deck for the county will be during the daytime hours when folks are conducting business at the courthouse and at the governmental center. And then in the evening hours, I think it's going to be of great benefit to downtown Concord. So
absolutely,
it's that's one of the things that has made this such a very collaborative project between the city and the county. Do you talk a little bit about some of this residential growth that you're seeing in downtown Concord? Are you getting a lot of inquiries? Is there a lot of interest in our area?
There's a lot of interest in this area, and Concord's continuing to grow, and the downtown's just going to continue to grow along with it. And we get a lot of calls in our office about people who are interested in coming downtown, not just for restaurant and retail business, but people who are interested in living here. And that quality of life that downtown has is important for people who are looking to move into the area. And we see it right now with the Hotel Concord. There's 38 units in that building. It's brand new. I was one of the third tenants to live there this July, and right now there's only 7 units available.
Oh wow, that's
so
great.
It's leasing up a lot quicker than I anticipated, and as I see the building fill up, it's great to meet my neighbors and see the kind of people who are moving into downtown, and it's really encouraging that a lot of the people are people that intend to stay.
Yeah, well, a little bit off topic from the parking deck, but I wanted to take this opportunity to get a little input from you. I mean, how important are the investment tax credits for historic preservation that currently exist in the state of North Carolina that are up for some discussion right now? Does that make a big impact on what's happening here?
They make a tremendous impact. Our largest projects that we see down here are using the historic tax credits in order to get the amount of funding that they would need to make these kind of projects work. A project on the vast scale of the Hotel Concord just couldn't make something like this happen without the opportunities presented by historic tax credits.
Yeah, I think it's really important for our local citizens to know that a project, as you mentioned, like the Hotel Concord, was on our local tax books at a very low amount for a very long time.
Yes.
And because of those investment tax credits and the work that has been done there, there now are a substantial presence in downtown Concord.
Absolutely.
It has increased our tax base. It's providing funds that the county uses to fund our schools and to build new school facilities, those kind of things. So it's a win-win, I think, across the board. And a lot of times we don't take the time to really explain that to people. And how significant that impact is. So what kind of feedback are you getting from our existing downtown businesses? Are they aware of the deck and the impact it's going to make?
They're very aware, and yesterday I had the opportunity to talk to several of our business owners downtown, and they're very excited about the parking deck, not just for their businesses, but for the future of downtown. I think a lot of them are looking towards the future and the investment that they have in their properties and their businesses, and seeing that this opportunity is something that will continue to pay out to them over the future.
Great. Well, we are excited about certainly the completion of this project. I mentioned as we arrived here today, it seems like when we had the groundbreaking for this project, I thought, man, that is way off in the future. And now here we are, and it's completed, and it seems like just yesterday. So
Yes.
I feel like we're probably going to experience that same thing when we begin our courthouse project. That is also going to include some aspects that I think are going to be really positive for the downtown business district as well. So I thank you for being with me today.
Thank you for having me.
And we appreciate all of you who are joining us on TV on this episode of Out and About in Cabarrus County. We hope to see you again soon.
If you have suggestions for topics or location that you would like to see on Out and About, please contact us. Our email address is outandabout@cabarruscounty.us.